Hey there coders, welcome back to our channel TheLiveEngineers. Today we are building a fully functional calculator like this using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. This project will be perfect for practicing your front-end skills and creating something useful as well. To begin with the project, first let's create three files, that is index.html for the structure, style.css for styling and script.js for interactivity. In the index.html file, first we will create a standard boilerplate using the exclamation mark. Then I will change the title as my channel name. Then we will open the live server to see the live page and the results of our coding. First we will create one div with the class name of container. Inside it we will create one input box with the type of text and placeholder as 0 with the class of input box, and we will make it as a read only so that no one can edit it. As you have seen in the demo, the first row contains the operators. So for it, first we will create one div with the class name of numbers. Inside it we will create multiple buttons with the class name of buttons. Inside it we will give one class name, that is operator, for the specific type of styling to it. Now let's change the name of the operators. First one is percentage, that is modulus, second is CLR, third is DEL and fourth is divide. Below it we will create one more div with the class name of numbers. Inside it we will give 4 buttons. First three will be the numbers, then the last one will be one operator, that is multiply operator. Then we will copy it down and we will change the numbers and operators accordingly. Let me do it fastly. In the last row we only need 3 buttons, that is dot, 0 and equal to sign. So we will remove the extra one. Now in the numbers container, we will put a additional class name operator to all the operators. Now we are all done with our HTML structure. Let's make the calculator look great with some CSS. First we will style with a general styling. We will give a start, that is a universal selector, and inside it we will give margin 0, padding 0 and box size in border box. Then after it, first we will link the CSS file into our HTML. So see the result whether it is working or not. So now the CSS file is working. Let's move on to styling of the calculator. Now to the body, we will give some general styling, that is display flex, align item center, justify content center, height of 100 ph, border of 2 pixels solid red so that we can see how much distance it is taking, background of a linear gradient. Now the calculator is in center of the screen. The border is not looking necessary here, so we will remove it. Now we will select the container class and we will start giving styling to it. In it we will give padding of 20 pixel, border of 2 pixels solid red, border radius of 15 pixel, background of a RGB color, background filter blur of 10 pixels so that its background is a little bit blur, box shadow of 0 4 pixel, 30 pixel and a color of black, width of 500 pixel, but it is looking so big, so we will make it 300 pixel. Now we will start giving styling to the input box. We will give width at 100%, padding of 15 pixel, font size of 1.8 rem, color of white, background of RGB color, border of 2 pixels solid RGBA color, then border radius of 10 pixel, margin bottom of 20 pixel, text align right side and outline none. We will make the placeholder of this input button a little bit heavy color, so we will select the placeholder of input box and we will give a hard color than the background so it will look clearly. Now we will select the numbers class and we will give a styling to it as display flexed, the justify content space between, so it will take the space evenly, then margin bottom of 10 pixel. Now we will select the buttons and we will give width as 60 pixel, height of 60 pixel, font size of 1.2 rem, color of white, background of RGBA color, border none, border radius of 10 pixel, cursor of pointer so that when we hover the cursor changes, transition of all 0.3 second, ease in out, it will create a good animation, box shadow of 2 pixel, 5 pixel and a RGBA color. We will also give a hover effect to button so that when we hover over it, it will create a good styling. So we will give a background color a little bit higher, brighter than the background, and a box shadow, which will help it look good. You can see how the buttons are slightly different than the background of it. Since all the buttons are looking same, so we will change a little bit the styling of the operators in the calculator. We will select the operator class and we will start giving the color as #21C8F6. It will be a color of a sky blue type, font weight bold, so it will be looking a little bit bolder than the normal ones. Now at the last row you can see that it is not looking good, so we will add one active class to the equal to button and we will give a width of calc. Since the buttons are 60 pixel width, 60 pixel into 2 plus 10 pixel. Background of linear gradient, color of white, font size of 1.5 rem, font weight of bold. So now you can see that it is taking the good place and it is looking better. Now all the stylings of the buttons are done and everything is looking great. Now we will move to the scripting part where we will add the interactivity with the JavaScript. First, link the JavaScript file into the HTML. First, we will get let string is equal to blank. We will give the input field as blank in the bit first. Then we will select all the buttons by the query selector all dot buttons. Then we will also select the input box. We will say let input box is equal to document.querySelector dot input box. Since we have used document.querySelector all to select all the buttons, but querySelector all returns a node list, which converts that node list into an array and that we can work with. So now we can loop through each buttons with .forEach method. Now inside this loop, we will use event listener to each buttons for the click event. This means every time a button is clicked, the code inside this event listener will run. The E parameter here represents the event object. Using E.target, we can figure out exactly which button was clicked. So let's tackle the first condition. If the button clicked is equal to, then we want to evaluate the string that the user has built up. To do this, we will use JavaScript eval function, which is already given in the JavaScript. It will automatically perform the operation. In the similar way, if the button is clicked, that is CLR, that means the user wants to clear everything. So we reset our string variable to an empty string, and we also clear the input box by setting its value to an empty string. Else if the user click on DEL button, that is delete button, we will have to remove the last character from the current string. So we'll use slice method. This slice method will start from 0 index till the -1, and we will again put the whatever the value remains we will put in the string, that is input box. This string.slice will slice the string from the beginning up to, but not including the last character. This is a clean way to remove one character from the end. And finally, if the button clicked is any other than the button, a number or operator, we simply append its value to the string that is in the input box. This will build up the expression in the input box. So that's pretty much about it. I think it is all done. So now let's head on to testing it. We will give the multiple value and we will check the operators whether it is working or not. So let me check it. So here equal to button is not working. So let me check what the problem here is. After performing the operation, we have not changed the content of the input box, so it is not working. So let me finish it first. Yes, so now you can see the equal to button is also working perfectly. And let's align it to the right side, and also we will remove this border. So now it is perfect. So here is your final calculator. So let's finally test our calculator to ensure everything works. I'll put some calculation, clear the display and test the delete functionality and the working of all the buttons. Perfect. Now you can expand this project by adding advanced operation or keyboard input support. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this project, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment below. See you in the next video. Happy coding.